All right. Do we have viewers? We have not viewers. If you are viewing in syndication, please press the share button. Yeah, we shared this one all over social media. So hey, there's Gemma. It's Brownie Dog. How's the channel doing? And cheers. We're drinking Martinelli's sparkling cider, a non-alcoholic beverage. So that's all going to change soon, but thanks for joining us regardless. We'll be drinking toasts to several things. So it'll be an interesting evening where we don't divulge too much information, just the right amount. So yeah, new podcast coming to this channel Saturday nights, and new podcast coming to the Misidentified channel Sunday nights. The Sunday one comes first. Hopefully next Saturday we can do a Ball Bangers Head episode right here at the Smash News Network, least busted name in news. And thanks for leaving comments. Those who have. Oh, also, All of the Sun. Thanks for joining us. Is Yellowstone going to explode? Yep. Eventually. Anytime soon? Nope. There would be indications of magma chamber activity, like deep magma chambers, because supervolcanoes are big, and when you have a big volcano, it has big magma chambers that feed it. So, yeah, the answer is no. Yeah, and so let's see. As far as space weather goes, we had some insane prominences in CMEs in the past 24 hours, so maybe we'll take a look at it. I mean, I started doing this new thing where if I need something to be forward, I can just, boom, turn it around, and now things are forward instead of backward. Isn't that great? Look at that. That's amazing. The amazing, amazing world of electronic gadgets. It's so good. Yeah, so with the self-facing camera, you've got everything is backwards. So if you put a corporate logo on the screen or something like that, it's not really an advertisement because it's a horizontal mirror image of the advertisement, right? So yes, it's all hype. The end is not near. Let's talk about how the end is not near. Plan accordingly, folks. Plan accordingly to live long, healthy, happy lives, because like that's your fate most likely. I mean, the younger you are, the greater you can expect your life expectancy to be. There's going to be more and more crazy advancements. Like we keep learning more and more stuff about even things like cycling that you would not believe. Like the one story from this year. Let me tell you the one story from this year. All right, you'll learn. This will make you a better bike rider in a very weird way. So check this out. When you're riding up a hill and you feel that burning sensation in your legs, you may feel like almost like an innate drive to get out of the saddle and kind of like pull on the bars a little bit. You're using some different muscles there in your legs, and you know you're using your arms and upper body a little bit because your weight shifts around when you get out of the saddle. Well, were you aware, because this is just new science, it came out around like this year, were you aware that lactic acid that builds up, that turns to lactate in your bloodstream, and it turns out that your upper body can actually use that stuff, that lactate, as fuel, but your legs can't. So this is just a very weird thing, because you can like reduce the burn and at the same time get more or less free energy because you're using more upper body to ride your bike. It's so strange. It's gonna just pull lactic. It doesn't really change anything because the output of your legs is still the output of your legs, but it's very interesting science, and the more we learn about a lot of subjects, the weirder it gets. So yeah, sorry, definitely not going to erupt at Yellowstone. Johnny Casanova thinks I'm in the closet. I guess he thinks I'm in the closet as a straight. Don't tell your GF. Tell your GF not to text me. Brownie dog. Is 3 Atlas really being weird and not behaving like a normal interstellar object? I don't know. I don't pay attention. Um, why? Is there conjecture on YouTube about it? I couldn't imagine. So yeah, for those of you who've recently joined us, Martinelli's sparkling cider is on tap until 7. And then when 7 rolls around, and of course, if you're viewing the video in syndication, then toast whenever you like. But yes, we've got lots of things to celebrate because there are a lot of new things happening that are pretty exciting. So there's that, and I won't get too I'll explain what the toast is for like 5 minutes before the toasting because it's just one of those great things. You might not find it that poignant, but you may find a lot of the other things poignant because they'll affect the channel. Which brings us to thanking our viewers because the morning streams have gotten more views than we've ever had on live streams. So that's like a corner that's gotten turned by the channel. Getting 3,000 views on a live stream is pretty serious. So thanks to everybody who's tuned in. If you're new, press subscribe. And don't forget to leave comments because then we can know what it is you'd like to talk about. Oftentimes there's a news story that I'm not aware of yet. Like I don't just sit around and read the news. What do you think? I'm some kind of masochist? Somebody who likes to inflict harm on himself or something like that? A flagellate? No, not a flagellate. What do they call those dudes? The guys that hit themselves in the back with the flails? You know, for their sins or something? Yeah, I don't know. If 3 Atlas is really behaving weirdly and not acting like a normal interstellar object, please let me know because I'll look into it. I'll listen. Why do you want to unban Brownie Dog? Brownie Dog is a pal of the channel. Brownie Dog is good peeps. I was timed out for being black. You were definitely not timed out for being black. There's a spam filter on the chat, Johnny. Is your middle name Cockring? It could be Johnny Cockring Casanova. That'd be pretty good. Might be something to consider, Johnny. And when did you come out of the closet? Because that's a very gay name. So, and I applaud you for that. It is helpful to tell people your sexual preference, especially if it causes you to be neurotic. And people that type silly comments tend to be neurotic. So, just connecting some dots here, Johnny. You were definitely not timed out for being black. How does our chat filter know whether or not you're black? Maybe you should turn off Bluetooth. Maybe your phone's transmitting race information via Bluetooth. Could be. Oh my gosh, could be terrible. Singled out by the technology. Oh man. So Gemma just wants to hear me make fun of guests. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Please type something in the comments that I can riff off of. Then I will make fun of you, like hecklers. I love a good heckler, especially if I run out of material. But I won't, because there's all kinds of exciting stuff happening. Like, I started a band, and here's why. Here's why I started a band, folks. When the muses whisper in your ear and say, if you do a thing, they'll buy tickets. If you hear that happen, and then you go, who are super, super talented people who would write some metal songs? And who would be able to perform renditions of pop songs in a metal style? Yeah, I know people. And so yeah, we're gonna play 80% original metal and 20% metal renditions of pop songs. It's gonna be nuts. So I mean, it's like the exact. See, here's the thing, folks. You have to get the kids to listen. All right, you got to have like one song at least that a 13-year-old can understand. All right, like that's a secret formula. All right, the secret formula of the internet universe is like make something that's appropriate enough that their parents are going to let them listen to it, and edgy enough that they're going to listen to it. Like, it's not that hard. No pun intended. Um, yeah, so like that's gonna be the band, and it's already got a name. I bought the domain, so don't try to buy it because it's already bought. Simulgome, simulgome.com. And if you'd like to know how to spell it, well, sorry, it's not gonna be typed in the chat. Unless Smash Staff decides to type it, but guess what? She doesn't want to build the homepage right now, so she's definitely not going to type it because if you type it in because you actually know what it is, guess what? You're still going to get like it'll say like WordPress site coming soon or something like that. Simulgome.com. Yes, Simulgome. I could consider typing the pronunciation in there. Simulgome. The accent is on the ko. Simulgome. It sounds very sophisticated. Maybe, depending on if you know what it means, or if it means anything. Maybe it's just meaningless. Maybe it's a nonsense word. You may never find out. It could be an enigma wrapped in a riddle forever. I think there are like, what, 6 people that know what it means? Jason, Forrest, you. Who really knows what it means? Smash Staff, you know what it means, right? You know what simulgome means, right? I mean, you know where the name was derived, right? Oh, man. All right. Well, I don't know, maybe less people know than I thought. It's, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, it's going to be a thing. And I'm telling you, the other, I'm not going to toot my own horn in any way. The other members are pretty talented dudes. I mean, I feel a little bit, hopefully we're all a little bit frightened by what we've agreed to do. And basically the agreement is we need to like record repeatable tracks so that if there comes a time to play out, we can play out. We don't necessarily have to have the same studio musicians that write the tracks. You know, like there could be fill-ins. Somebody could have to go to Bermuda for the weekend or something, right? Somebody could be like, I ain't sitting behind a computer, I'm going to Bermuda. And then he doesn't go to the show because he's on an island. So, yeah, it's bonkers. It's bonkers. And like, yo, that's where it came from. The muse whispered in my ear and said, this guy wants to do this. This guy's capable of doing that. This other guy's can do it too. So I'm a motherfucking instigator. All right? Are you a pimp, a hustler? No, I'm not. Are you a man? Can you stand it alone like a man has to sometimes? Yes, I can. Are you willing to go out there and save the lives of our children, even if it means losing your own life? Yes, I am. So like, that's J. Rue the Damager, by the way. Didn't write that. Don't come after me, J. Rue the Damager. It's a toast to you as well. It's a toast to so many people. But yeah, 7 o'clock is coming. And yeah, 10 minutes. 10 minutes until the cork is popped. So why don't you all join me in an a cappella rendition of Tiny Bubbles by Don Ho. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to sing Tiny Bubbles just by myself in the live stream. That would be very uncomfortable. All right. So Smash Staff, you need some more Martinelli's sparkling cider? Oh, all right. Well, you know, it's like a glass of sugar. So just say when, because did the first one hit you? Like, did it like sit in your stomach like lead? Yeah, the Martinelli sparkling cider, it's very sweet. All right. Now, I like it. I've been drinking this stuff since the early 90s, I guess. I think we used to sell this at Dunderbox when I used to work there. So I'm very familiar with it. It's a good alternative for your non-alcohol consuming pals. Martinelli's sparkling cider, endorsed by Vanna White, which is where I got this move from. Just kidding. I don't really know Vanna White. All right. So, and what else can we talk about, folks? Any exciting news stories happen today? I'm just chilling in the kitchen here because this is like post dinner, and I'm overextended. But if it involves drinking some Campagna, then I'm up for it. Because a thing happened. I'll tell the story. All right. So, a dear pal who hasn't had a driver's license for 20 years suddenly has one. Okay. And just to give you some backstory, I was gonna like go through the trouble of figuring out how to like get his license back by getting the equipment that was required for him to be able to do that. And now he just has it back. He has a license. He can like drive legally by himself. And you have no like this has been it's just so great that he can like do whatever he wants now. Like he could just drive to Montana if he wanted to. It's so good. So like that's what put me over the top for this because this is like my closest pal since like third grade, and so it's so exciting. Yeah, like I saw this Toyota Tacoma Crew Cab today, and it's so good. Oh my gosh! I was like, what? I'm like, you have a permit, right? You got to have a licensed driver in the car. He's like, no, I have a limited license. He has to drive that particular vehicle with that particular hardware in it in order for him to drive for a certain period of time. And then he'll get a regular license. It's freaking amazing. This dude is so insanely talented. Like he's like the MacGyver of your friends who's also a good mechanic. I mean, I guess MacGyver's a good mechanic too, but yeah, and by the way, we're thinking of doing the Baja 500. So his getting a license in a U.S. state, that's kind of an important part of doing the Baja 500 because, you know, a race is all about logistics. All right, so what else do we have here? Lots of comments, and thanks for sending them through. I guess I'll wait until the exact minute of 7 o'clock, and then I'll pop the Campagna. So 6:53 is what we have right now, looks like. Synchronize your watches and synchronize your souls, lest they be cast into an ever-deepening and darkening abyss of blaze orange-colored things and doggy-doo smell cones. And believe me, you don't want that. That's not the plane of existence that you want to be in. I found out something interesting today about one of my old pals from high school. Yeah, one of my old pals from high school just found out that he believes in multiverses. Yeah! No, I don't know if I'm excited about that or not, but what do you think, folks? Do you believe in multiverses? Let us know in the comments. Is there just like one universe? Or is there like soap bubble universes that are all like back to back? Or are there like crazy like universes that like overlap each other and are like in the same place, but you can't see them? Like, what's up with that? Are there multiple planes of existence? Are there different timelines that make different planes of existence? Is there a white hole that the universe comes out of? Is there a black hole that the universe goes into? Is there a wormhole that's created by a neutron star's stellar jet? What do you think? Let us know in the comments. It can probably be a little bit confusing. Cosmology. I almost majored in it in the mid 1990s, but I didn't because of heliophysics. I saw some problems with the heliophysics that could not be reconciled. So let me rinse out the glass and talk about some of the other exciting projects. So one of the things is doing branding and so forth for some hotties, I'll just say. Some hotties. And I can't tell you who they are because when you do branding for somebody, you don't tell anybody who created the branding. You do the branding and then they own it, like they made it themselves. Sometimes you can get an ad and a plug. You can appear on their website for a number of years or forever. There are all kinds of crazy contracts out there, right? So yeah, I better get this uncorked because it's like about that time. It is a massive bottle of Cook's Brut, so it's quite dry, and it was quite cheap actually. I think we may have tariffs to thank for that because it is Californian. So I don't mind cheap, high quality Campagna. If you're me, you don't mind cheap, high quality Campagna. Top shelf Campagna at mid shelf prices. So I call them like I see them, but generally tariffs are bad. But in this case, they're probably good. They took French stuff off the shelves a little bit, and it's got a weird plastic cork. That's not necessarily optimal, is it? And we only have about a couple of minutes here. We're definitely not going to unmod Brownie Dog. I'm sorry. I'm being redundant here. Why are you thinking about kids all the time? So since kids are the future, the adults have to train the kids how to do the things. That's the way it goes throughout all of history. So that's why you want to think about the kids, because since they're the future of the planet and of civilization and so forth and all of our institutions, they have to know how those institutions work. That's you get that, right? I mean, this is human history is largely passed down through word of mouth throughout history. So it's kind of important to help the young kids out because they don't know what they're doing. You definitely didn't know what you were doing, right? Ignorance is the root of all knowledge. All right, and we are down to 2 minutes. Smash Staff, are you having any real Campagna? She's not doing it. She is like part of the wholesome movement. She doesn't partake in the alcohol or any kind of intoxicants, I don't think. Unless she does it and doesn't tell me, but I doubt it. So, yeah, it's toast time. It's 7 o'clock, and so I'm going to toast to. I'm going to do a very general toast because there's tons of exciting stuff going on. I mean, it's the end of summer too, so everybody wants to jam some excitement. If you missed out, you might be trying to jam excitement into things, and you may not be. It may not be the best. It may not be your jam. But anyway, cheers to lots of people involved and lots of things that they're involved in and about to be involved in. Congratulations on existence. That's even more general. There you go. That's for everybody. Congratulations on existence. And next I have to say, tiny bubbles in the wine makes me happy. It doesn't make me happy, folks. It makes me feel slightly buzzed for about 4 seconds, and then my shocking metabolism metabolizes the alcohol along with my shocking levels of testosterone, and then I don't feel buzzed anymore. I feel buzzed for like 14 seconds, Like if I drank this whole glass of Campagna, I would be buzzed for 4 minutes, according to my calculations. That's back of napkin. Charlie Sheen shirts. Son of a. Okay, look, it's not a Charlie Sheen shirt, man. It's a vest. So, like, don't get it twisted. But thank you for reminding me. That's way too hot. Hey, Smash Staff, how about if I spike you right in the face with this? What do you think? Can I just throw this like at like full Troy Aikman extension? Full Troy Aikman? What do you think? Hit you right in the neck with it? Is that what you're saying? Hit you so hard that it feels like a punch to the face? How about if I just throw it easy and you can catch it? Is that cool? All right, here we go. I'm gonna shoot a fake jumper. You ready? Nice high arc front rim so that guards can rebound. Here we go. Oh, that was perfect, right? Swoosh. Freaking drained it. Ah, yes. It's so fun, folks. The channel is gonna be doing so many things. You just have no idea. The Ball Banger's head is gonna be a blast because you're gonna get turned on to all kinds of old underground music that you never heard of. There's always so much music that people never heard of. If you just go back in the '90s and just take the popular songs, I mean, there's some good stuff that you might be missing out on there. So yeah, dude. Even if you've watched the channel for the last 7 years of making space weather videos, you might think you know us, but we haven't even scratched the surface of the amount of content we can produce if we want to, if we're incentivized to, which we are becoming increasingly incentivized for. So of course that's part of the celebration, and there's a lot more to it than that too, but there are multiple other new brands emerging as well. I created another brand this summer associated with the cycling with like a Swiss Army theme, basically. And what that is that's an organization to bring together sponsors, athletes, event organizers, coaches, everything. Doctors, nutritionists, sponsors, insurers, governing bodies, the whole deal, all together into one convenient place. Like a hub, like a Swiss Army knife that does a bunch of different things, but it's basically just a spot where there'll be some freebies and some stuff that'll help it promote itself. But it's I couldn't believe the domain was available. That one's GoProBike.com. Yeah, GoProBike.com. Can you believe that was not taken? Like, I purchased that domain right after I found that it existed. I mean, that doesn't seem like it has to be built out too much. That's like a perfect domain to flip and to sell to many different like bike tubers might want that. Like, it's pretty good domain name. But yeah, Simulcome, that's big news. If you decide to tune in Jason and Forrest, it's gonna be crazy. I mean, like, I've got all kinds of different ways that I make songs. What about you folks? Like, you guys make any original music? I mean, I started my record label in the year 2000, so that's when I started like producing, mastering, making tracks. Sometimes even like writing lyrics, but pretty rare. Mostly instrumental tracks on Golden Cat Productions. Started that back in 2000, and that led to a lot of the stuff that I'm able to do today, like be a master of Photoshop and Adobe Premiere and stuff like that. Although my Adobe skills, they need a little bit of like modernization. So I'm a little bit in the tutorial mode for editing videos yet. I'm pretty weak. I mean, I can do some stuff, but we don't do it too much on the channel because it's a lot of work, and oftentimes we can get our point across better in a live stream. I mean, on the computer, our OBS is set up so beefy. So anyway, Yeah, so I mean that's really it. Like we didn't have to really do a long video here. It's already at a half hour. Um, Brownie Dog wants to know how you stop ducks from fighting. Joey B says, I just put a bit on it. Joke's on you. I don't know. I don't know what he means. And some user with no name says, go back to Europe. Should I? You mean go back to Europe like I was in 2008? Is that what you mean? Like for a visit? Because I was there in 2008 for a brief period. So is that what you mean? Because I don't know what you mean. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I hope you toasted. It was not very exciting because organizing something on a weeknight, all of a sudden, go back to your country, Europe. You know Europe's not a country, right? I mean, go back to your country, Europe. Hey, what up, Dirk? You doing any bike riding today? Kind of cold down there in the south part, the southern areas. Is it a little on the chilly side, Dirk? Dirk is from Unda, folks. That's SV Thora Sailing. Yeah, he's from Unda. Uh, and he's not the guy that bought merch from Tasmania. We actually sent merch to Tasmania. Somebody bought some there. It's raining. Oh, yeah, it's been a little putrid here as well. Oh my gosh. That's all the alcohol I had all day today. Just one glass of Campania. And I feel it. I am an absolute lightweight. So I've had times in life when I had some alcohol tolerance. You know, I could drink quite a bit and, you know, you wouldn't know. But nowadays, dude, I am such a lightweight. I mean, I'm sub 170 as far as weight goes. And so I'm a literal lightweight and a figurative lightweight, meaning, especially if I do a long bike ride. I mean, if I do a long bike ride and drink 2 beers, I'm like rocked. I'm ready for bed. I'm done. I'm brown bread. I'm not coming back. Why don't you go back to your Europe? Why are you telling me to go back to Europe? I'm not in Europe. I'm located in Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. Cycling Mecca, Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. If you want to stay and ride, it's a great place to do it. And man, oh man, look at how bright that hat is. It's like lighting up my whole face. That is bonkers. Jeez. It's not highlighting my best features, that's for sure. Oh, it's a plant light. Right? Oh, yes. I don't look American, I look European. Well, I mean my heritage is European. So if you have somebody that has all European genes, then they're gonna look European, right? Like all of my ancestors are Europeans, like all of them. I think I'm 1/32nd Italian, and everybody else is from the north of Europe, like Scandinavia and Scotland and Wales and Netherlands. So yeah, and Germany. So like that's my ancestry. I'm definitely very, very Europe. I'm 6 foot tall, 170, and there are no pinup posters yet available featuring my abs. Look Mexican. What? You think I look Mexican? Good God! But I'm more than 4 feet tall. I definitely don't look Mexican. I mean, have you ever seen one? Maybe you were high stepping and you just walked over them and didn't even notice. No, seriously though, Mexicans are a little on the short side. You know, the average height is a little lower than in the U.S. Um, I'm American. Do these live streams like, and like their bodily functions. Like these live streams are fantastic. They're so fun. I mean, they're very easy to do, and sometimes we talk about real news and stuff, and sometimes we just shoot the shite, and like that's just as fun as doing serious live streams that have like a subject matter. But I mean, this is a celebratory one, so what do you expect? Um, I'm not gonna like celebrate and like work my ass off and be like, "The breaking news! Breaking news! Bitcoin reaches a new point in Bitcoin's points." Seriously, you have to go back. This is natives' land, not yours. Somebody's gonna get mad with no matter what you say uh, on the internet. Um, just so you know, uh, my mom's side of the family, they didn't come here until after the year 1900. So, I mean, my great grandfather was recruited as a pro soccer player. Um, I have athletics in my lineage. So, yeah, he was imported by the Bethlehem Steelers. So that was one of the top soccer teams in the world back then. And yeah, so which natives? Like, I didn't steal anybody's land. I mean, what? I pay exorbitant levels of rent in a condo. Like, I got to go back to Europe because I'm not allowed to live in a condo? Are you crazy? What are you talking about? I mean, what? I got to be punished because some stuff that didn't even like affect me. Like, I didn't benefit from any of that. Yeah, man. Thanks for joining us, Dirk. It's been the last 2 years have just gotten crazier and crazier. And you know, just to close out this video, here's what you should do. You should reverse age, and then you should start behaving like a teenager because that's part of reverse aging. And then you should just open up the freaking floodgates and just act like you're 13 for maybe forever. I don't know. But you know, I'm certainly not going to endeavor to be more mature. That's crazy. Um, like, you don't stop playing because you get old. You get old because you stop playing. So like, don't forget it. It's use it or lose it, y'all. So don't disuse it, whatever it might be. Because like, look, we could all be dead tomorrow. So like, it'll never be now again. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So like, take a step. Take a step and get scared. Get frightened. Do something that frightens you tomorrow. And trust me, it'll be a lot less scary than you thought. The reason we procrastinate is because we say, I don't have to do it right now. So I can put it off until a little bit later. And then, as you put it off, depending on how busy you are in the meantime, you may think about and dread the thing that you've now put off. And you've built it up to be worse in your mind than it even really is. So, you know, a lot of times you go, oh, I don't want to do a thing. It's going to be really hard. And then you start doing it and you're like deep into it. You're halfway done. You're a third of the way done. You're 10% done. And you're like, this isn't even hard. I thought I felt badly, but I feel fine. Like, that happens all the time. Or you're like riding on recovery day and you're like, my heart rate is like too low. Like, when it comes to fitness stuff, you're a living laboratory. So do some testing. Find a local course to do a time trial on and go ride a known distance under the clock. Start from a dead stop. Know where the finish line is. Press stop at the same place. And like, check weather conditions. Part of the reason why I learned to do weather is because of cycling. So there's that. Yeah, let's. We should talk about taglines, like, like no fear. I mean, no fear is the tagline of somebody that's never faced adversity. Because to have no fear is as reckless as you could possibly be. Reckless and extremely inexperienced. And on a path to complete destruction. No fear is a path to complete destruction. Everybody that is good at anything has fear at some point, like when they're doing a thing. If you're a concert pianist, you're going to make a mistake at some point, and you're going to be scared shitless about it, and then it's going to happen, and you're going to like kill it, and 1% of the audience is going to notice it. In all likelihood. I mean, when a craftsman builds a thing, there's always like an imperfection. He's like, look, it's all perfect except for this one little tiny microscopic blemish. That's how it always is, man. You could be the best singer in the world, and you're going to be convinced that you sound like shite on mic. So it's but everything's subjective, right? When it comes to things like aesthetics, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So yeah, this no fear stuff, that is the advice of a complete nut, an inexperienced infant. Like, no fear? What? Like, ask anybody who's been in combat if they just have no fear. Like, what? That is not a thing. Nor should it be. It's a terrible strategy. You're going to program yourself to have no fear? Okay. You should be committed to a mental institution. Like, certain things should scare you. Like if you almost get hit by a bus, you should get an adrenaline rush. Classical guitar the same. One note, slip up, and then hesitate, boom, it's over. Well, it might be over if you lose the rhythm of the song, but you can easily make a mistake and the song is still getting made, so you just pick up where you left off without missing a beat. That's where the term comes from. The term comes from not missing a beat. And, you know, here's another advice. When you have no pretension, when you're not worried about somebody finding out about your lies and nonsense, then you don't have to have a good memory. So you don't have to have pretension. You don't have to worry about censoring yourself. You can just say whatever you want. And yeah, you might offend people sometimes, but you're not going to accidentally commit fraud, right? There's a difference between misrepresentation and fraud, right? If you misrepresent material facts on purpose, that's fraud. So there's that. And yeah, what else is going on? Any other? Yeah, like honesty is legit. Honesty displays courage. If you would prefer to be loved for the truth, I mean, if you would prefer to be loved, if you would prefer to be hated because of the truth, over loved over mistruths, which would you prefer, right? That's a good like thought experiment. Like, are you more concerned about your image? Are you more concerned about reality? Are you more concerned about appearance? Are you more concerned about performance? I mean, isn't experience way more important than image? And the internet is distorting the hell out of this because lots of people look like they're rock stars or they're rich or they're whatever when they definitely aren't those things. So, like, you got to have some discernment to be able to understand. Like, if you don't know science yourself and you hear somebody talking nonsense about science, you might not recognize the nonsense as nonsense. See what I mean? So like when science people hear pseudoscience people on YouTube, we're like, oh my gosh, like I can't even like formulate a coherent argument because this is so outside the realm of even a science discussion. And their response is, you sound vaxxed. that's like the standard thing. It's like, Dan said we're supposed to have fear sometimes. He sounds vaxxed. I sound vaxxed. All of a sudden, stop chanting Ben Davidson lines. I mean, it's pretty pathetic. Fear is a lie? What? Like, yes, you have to face fears to a certain point, but you have to have respect for things that are super dangerous. And that's otherwise known as fear, because there's an emotion that pops up sometimes that you should respond to. It's your body instinctively telling you stuff that you might not have consciously thought about. I can't believe I have to tell you this. Are you an adult? Fear is a lie. Like, irrational fear is a lie. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Do you think we bike racers like line up before a bike race and we're just like totally calm? We're like, there's no fear. We're not afraid we're gonna crash or get dropped by the race or whatever. Like we could get in a fight, we could have like our bike get destroyed, all kinds of things could happen. It's pretty scary. Usually once the race starts, you're like, ah, I'm doing it. I'm in the peloton. Everything's fine. Everybody like has a smile on their face. It's amazing. So yeah, fear. It's like it's there for a reason, folks. You're not supposed to try to like unwire your fear. I mean, the idea that people think Earth's axis is going to shift 90 degrees overnight are going around chanting, eyes open, no fear, eyes open, no fear. It's like some crazy NPC shit. Like, what? There's a compound built with a school? Is there really a school? I mean, the level of creepiness is off the scale. So, anyway, so what else? What else is there to talk about before we close this thing out? It's getting late, and my voice is toast. But I don't care because it's an amazing years, and I wouldn't trade them for anything. So they're like things are far too good, far too good. Yeah, so we'll do another live stream tomorrow morning, I'm sure. The standard news, space weather, Earth weather. I like that format. And maybe there'll be some eggs being cooked. I mean, we got a killer deal. Another great thing about Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, is that the poultry is very close by. Like, we live in poultry country. So I think extra large eggs a dozen were only $3.99. So yeah, it's so good. We live right next to the Fertile Crescent, so a lot of the food inflation doesn't hit us. And we're only an hour from Philly and New York, so there is a lot to do, to say the least. So if you're gonna come join us, bring your bike, rent a bike, buy a bike while you're here, or whatever you want. We'll hook you up, and see you soon on the channel, the Smash News Network, the busted name of news. And it's been a pleasure toasting with you. And I've been your host, Dan, aka Smash-O-Mash, signing off.